everybody, it's Noelia with My Moxie Dreams. Thanks for joining me today for this March setup in my pocket-wide Moleskine. I am so excited to share my new theme. You can kind of see it scattered around my desk. If you are new here, welcome. I am so happy that you're able to join me. And for those who continuously join me, I appreciate you so much. You guys make my day. So let's jump in, shall we? Here we have pocket wide from Eternal Leather Goods. We have our beautiful February theme, which was this gal. I'm trying to eliminate the glare. I'm so sorry. And we kind of had her throughout the theme. And if we go into February, let's go into our February month. We just had a little bit of washi. We had our tracker with a little bit of washi. And we had, let's start the month, shall we? We had this neutral with the pink florals, and that kind of did the first week of February. And then we alternated to this pink color with the same florals. The florals was carried throughout. And then of course the washi to kind of just bring some texture to it. So there we go. And today I think is Friday. And so we're back to pink. I didn't do a plan with me last week. I am so sorry, you guys. I was just so slammed with work and got caught up with family stuff that it wasn't a priority, unfortunately. We're back at it, as I promised. And so here we go. I'm in Friday. I have not filled out Saturday or Sunday yet, but we're gonna start planning out our last week of February, first week of March, and we're gonna start moving out of what we normally do. So if you are new here, I am in a daily pocket Moleskine, which I love. I'm in love with everything that Colin makes as far as Eternal Leather Goods. This is my daily kind of task to-do list. This is not my everyday carry. I have a Franklin Covey compact size planner that is my everyday carry. This is simply my to-do list for the day. This is with me everywhere, just like my everyday carry is. This is just task and schedule that I needed to be able to keep and look back at on the year. I found that when I put these into my everyday carry, my ring planner, I would end up tossing and not really having that backlog of what did I do? What was going on at this time? And so the Moleskine became interesting to me just because of its compact size and because I'm able to keep the entire year here at a glance. All right. And then if you remember, we have two passport size inserts here. They're plastic inserts from Amazon. Most of my stuff you can get on Amazon. This is not passport size as far as in our planner community. This is actually a passport cover. If I were to get my travel passport, it would fit right in here. So it is designed for a US passport. All right, let's move on and let's take these things out so that we can start. Well, we're gonna take our corazon out and take our red ollie clip and move that out of the way. We're gonna take these out. Okay, so these are held together by a little elastic. This elastic you can purchase with Traveler's Notebook, or you can purchase on Amazon. They come with some kits. So we're just gonna take this apart so that we're able to finagle the covers. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are all well. Listen, I am going bonkers. We're gonna move that out of the way. As always, we take our stickers and we take them out because we kind of need to in order to take this stuff out. Let's pull these pinks out. I will put those back in the appropriate. I'm gonna keep this neutral. I just like having a neutral. And then let's just move this out. What I found, I don't even know what this is. What I found is I am so busy that this month I did not do a high and low. So what a high and low is for me is that every day it was just a quick journal of what is my high for the day and what was the low for the day. I did not have time. This is what I'm saying about me being so slammed with work in February and so behind that I did not even have time to do this. So I anticipate that I am going to force myself to do this in March. So we will be using this again since this is empty. I think I can take the little February off. Let's see. It's so sad if it leaves a mark. Not too bad. I'll put that back in my kit and use it for next year or maybe later in the year. Who knows? Here are our two plastics. Here is my kit all ready to go. Now what you're seeing on my desk is my Franklin Covey compact size because my theme carries through with my Moleskine pocket and my Gilio Mica with Franklin Covey insert. The theme is the same in the two because they are each other's companions. Let's go ahead, and I already have things caught up and I'm adding something new to this. Let's make sure I know what I'm doing. All right, so let's do this one first. If you remember, I printed this on regular paper. And I save all these. I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do in a minute after we put this stuff in. And this month, I accidentally did it on a vellum. Let's see how it looks. I was gonna put, I think it's too see-through-y. Okay, let me move this out of the way so we can do the hard part first because it's always this side that's the hard part. And then we'll do the other side. I guess that's okay. It's not too see-through-y. I cut just a regular sheet of paper to kind of have it be the backing, but I don't think we need it, right? It looks fine just the way that it is. It's see-through, but it looks nice. So we'll hold that to the side, okay? And then we need our little notebooks. Well, let's do the other side, shall we? Let's do this one. So we'll set that one aside and we'll do this guy. This guy does have a hard cover because all I need to do is take the photo out, the front photo, and put the new one in. So in case I didn't show you, this is our new theme. This beautiful girl, and she's got some green grays. I wanted something light and airy and flowing, and she represents that for me. So she represents March for us. And so we're gonna go ahead and add this photo in here and put this way. So yeah, guys, when I say I've been slammed, I have been slammed. It has been ridiculous, like genuinely ridiculous. Okay, it's somewhat of a glare, I'm sure, so I'm trying to get it so that you don't see the glare. All right, so let's go ahead and add back our stickers. I'm sure you guys can see some interesting stickers there on the side that I will get to shortly. Right, and then we'll leave this out because I'm gonna need it here shortly when we start doing the plan with me. Okay, there she is. And there this one is, and then we have the book. So here are the two colors that we can choose from. We have this darker green and this lighter green. And if you look at these themes, I kind of like the darker green. What do you guys think? Let's try it with the darker green. Yeah, I like the darker green, guys. But I can never make up my mind. I think this is too bright. So we're gonna put this one aside and we're gonna do this one. Okay, we've got the middle. Okay. Oh yeah, I have to do our little colors. So here are our Post-its that we like. And I think we're gonna go with this green here. green. And then do I want the same? I like this color. These you can get on Amazon. As I mentioned, I have an Amazon store that has everything linked. All of the things that I use, probably 95% of the things I use are on my Amazon store. So you can see, like, for instance, this passport cover, these Post-its, some traveler's notebook, like the little elastic thing that I'm using. All right, there's our greens to go with this. So let's move that out of the way. And let's add this to this guy. All right, there we go. So now we come back over here. We're gonna go ahead and add this back in now that we have the March theme in here. She looks gorgeous. I'm loving that yellow and green, guys. I'm just loving it. All right, so there are our little sticky notes. We have our folder with all of our stickers. We have our pop-ins for our high and low for the month. And I did not put March this month just because I don't want to happen what happened to February where I didn't do it. Now, what we want to do is get into doing the decorations for March. So as you can see here, January was a blue theme. February obviously was the pink, and now we're getting into March. I keep the dates of travel here, and I did not have a tamed neutral green. All I had were these super bright greens, and it's just gonna have to do. So let's go ahead and just decorate March. I have somewhere here, I have this washi that I found in my stash, which is just this like green color with this like floral, and I thought it was really cute. So we're gonna do this, even though it's a little stronger of a green than I would have normally picked. And we're just gonna cut these edges just a little bit so they're more rough. I may have to cut it even more. Oh no, that fit. Wow, that was perfect aligned. Okay, and let's do another one for the bottom. And again, we don't want it so like nice and pretty. We want it a little rough looking. So we'll do this here. We'll put those to the side, and then I'm going to do this kind of handwriting washi, which I just love. It's like my go-to washi for some reason. And we're just going to add some of that there and a little bit at the top, not necessarily a bunch, just enough to give it some texture. Maybe that covered the H a little bit, so let me lift her up and move her more here. She doesn't want to stay down. Okay, there we go. That's nice. I'm gonna put a little bit right here, just because I want it under that 2023, just to give it more depth. March for our overview for travel is complete. Now let's go to our tracker. Again, just a little bit of washi and some black and white to kind of give it some pop. So we'll go to March, and let's see, what should we do? I'm gonna try this one. Or do we stick with the green that we have? Let's try this. I've had so many deliveries, you guys. I've been like spending so much lately that I am gonna get myself in trouble. Like, I said no spend, and then I'm spending. And like I said, it's not like I don't have it. It's just that I'm being a nut about it. Okay, so there's March, nothing major, just a little bit of green and some black and white to kind of just give it some accent. All right, now let's get into our plan with me. I'm so excited with the plan with me, guys. I realized I did not get myself a bookmark, so I'll probably work on a bookmark for this little area right here because I like to have something, whether it's a quote. I think that's what I'll do is I'll probably make a quote and laminate it and put it right here because it is something I look at every single day. As a matter of fact, let me see. Let me show you a quote that I did print for my, I'll do this. I printed this for my Giglio Amica with Franklin Covey compact inserts. It just says, the deeper the scars, the more room there is to fill them up with love. Don't hate your scars, appreciate their depth. I absolutely love this quote. So perhaps I will make this in a smaller size, laminate it, and then put it here so that's something that I can see every day in March. All right, so let's move to our first week of March. Okay, so before we go further, I decided to do something different, or not different, but to add something to my planner. I picked these out because they're beautiful and I want to see them all the time. And here we're seeing the colors we chose, not necessarily what we built our theme around. So let me put this here because So sorry, I'm getting sidetracked, I know. So what I decided to do is I printed the themes on vellum and then I stamped them with the stamp. Like here's January. So the idea would be January starts here, that I would tape her here, and we're gonna try it. We're doing it together. So let me get some tape. I'm rolling my chair, so you're gonna hear my chair rolling. And we're going to try this. So I'm gonna put some tape on the edge. Listen, I've never done this. I don't know what I'm doing, but I decided the other day, I was like looking at my planner. I'm like, yeah, I couldn't remember my January girl. And I'm like, why I need to fix it. So this is what we're doing. We're going to add her here. That way we can see at the beginning of the month what January looks like. I'm gonna put a little bit more tape right there. Just a tad. So that it doesn't, and it might make it a little chunky for that specific day. Let's cut this because I don't need that much. But I thought it would be nice to just be able to, for me to be able to go back and see what I built January around. So even though it's not something that is, oh, she's a little crooked. Well, it's too late. She's a little crooked. It is what it is. But at least I can go back in January at the beginning of the month and see what we did for that. So here we go for February. And here she goes. She's gonna go there. I'm gonna try to keep her as straight as possible. Sorry for the rolling of my chair. I'm literally in my office. February looks a little bit better. I didn't mess up on her. There's February. I just think it's cute. Am I bonkers? Leave a comment below if you think I'm bonkers. But I just like the idea of being able to go back and see what our theme was every month. All right, so I'm not gonna put March in here until we're done with decorating the first week, okay? I went through my Tombow. As many of you guys know, I have this Tombow roll here. I don't know if you can see it. It has all the colors, like as many as I can get and fill in here. And I found maybe 2 or 3 greens, and I didn't like how it looked on the Moleskine paper. Let me show you, because I have an old Moleskine daily, and this is what these colors look like. And maybe on your screen they look nice, but I didn't like them. This one I kind of liked, because if you look at this, it looks like it matches, but it's just so, I don't know, it isn't the right shade. And maybe I'll try it next week, but I decided I'm not gonna go with the green this week, and here's why. I tend to like neutrals, I really do. And so what I've decided to do is pick up on the grays that are in this specific color scheme. So what I'm going to do for the first week is do this gray. I don't even know the number of it. I think it's N95 or something. It's so, I use it so much. It's my favorite gray. We're gonna do this, and then we're going to add some greenery that I made on my silhouette. I haven't decided what, and again, it's with this theme of these, like, sorry, this to-do list won't leave me alone. It's the same theme and the same color, the greens and the little bits of yellow and the different shades of green. So that is what we're gonna play with. Okay, we're gonna start with this gray. I've decided to go with the gray. Here we go, shall we? We're gonna do this gray. I don't know if it's gonna pick up on here. Maybe I have the wrong gray. Let's double check, shall we? No, that's the right gray. It's just not picking up as bright as, I don't know, maybe it's the lighting. It's not picking up as bright, but we're gonna keep going because I know what I'm trying to do. So let me tell you the story of how I have become the crazy cat lady. Are you ready for this story, guys? I adopted my cat, Ruby. I'll see if I can put a picture in here, side view, so you guys can see while I'm doing this. I adopted her, she just turned 5 in February. And I love this cat. She, I don't know, after I ended my engagement, she just was the best thing. My ex did not like cats, and I love animals, period. And so I adopted this cat, this kitten. Love her to death. Probably about 8 or 9 months into her being with us, this black cat started coming around, and she was touch starved, like majorly touch starved. And so you would touch her, she would want cuddles, she'd come up to you, she was very friendly. She would just like immediately go into like try to scratch you, and it was so not good. But eventually we gained her trust, and she loves us. Like she now sleeps inside, she sleeps at the edge of my bed, and it's just so funny because both cats sleep on the edge of my bed, one on the left side on the foot of the bed and one on the right side. So the cats have just become, you know, love bugs. Well, Ruby was always a love bug. Lucy, the black cat that was a stray, she's just the greatest thing. So we got her fixed. She's our cat. There was another black cat who was a male who used to come around and just torture Lucy, torture her. It was so sad. And so something happened to him. He got attacked by like a raccoon or something. He got hurt really bad, and I basically took him in because he was so hurt. We loved on him his last hours of life before they had to put him down because he was so bad, that poor cat. And then we kind of had a quiet time. The girls would get to play outside, and they weren't afraid of any male cats or anything like that. We've had random cats here and there, but they don't stay. They kind of take off. Ruby, we call her Gangster Ruby because she's very territorial, the one we adopted originally. And, you know, whatever. Her and Ruby, they're cutie pies. Her and Lucy, rather. Well, about a few months ago, this boy cat started coming around, and he's an orange cat. I'll try to put a photo because he's a cutie. but he's just a little slow. And my daughter says, Mom, all orange cats are like this. And I'm like, really? I did not know this. I've always had black cats. And so anyways, he's a boy cat. And oddly enough, Ruby, my big fatty Bobatty cat, she typically will fight cats, but she's very tolerant of him. Did I go too far? What did I do? Maybe I accidentally skipped some days apparently. Anyways, and so Ruby's super tolerant of him, and Lucy is also tolerant. And I'm like, what is going on? And he's so not threatening. Like, he comes around and he's like just a goofball. We say he floofs. He just kind of like plops down and just wants to be around the girls. He just has this meow that is like intense. So he'd been coming around for quite a long time, and I finally decided, like, I'm gonna get him scanned to see if he has a family and where they are. So I did that. I went and took it to the Humane Society and asked them to scan the cat, which they did, and he had a home. So I got the phone number and I was able to call the owner, and she happens to live in the same city as me, a ways away. Like, she's not close by. This cat is trekking to come over here and hang out with my girls. And so it was kind of funny. And so I let her know I had her cat, that he had been coming over quite a lot to my home, and that I would like, you know, for her to come pick him up. And when they scanned him, we found out that he was not fixed. So that really bothered me because he's a boy cat. I have girl cats. You're letting your cat roam around like this lady is letting her cat roam around, and she's not being responsible because she's letting an unfixed cat, you know, do its thing. So I met with her. She seemed like a nice person. I told her that I would pay to have the cat fixed. And she said no, she would do it. I'm like, okay. And I believed her, and she did. She got the cat fixed. And his name is Topico, and we call him Toe Beans. And so he has been fixed. For a week, we did not see him. And the first day that he was allowed to leave the house after his little surgery, he came straight over here to hang out with the girls. And again, the girls tolerate him. They're like, hey, and they just hang out. It's the funniest thing. They just hang out. There's no, like, it's almost like they're brother and sister. Like, they tolerate each other. It is the cutest freaking thing. So at any rate, this cat, his name's Topico. We call him Toe Beans. We sort of have joint custody now of this cat. We're like their stepmom because he comes over here all the time. She'll text me and ask me if he's over here, and I'll take a picture of him. Every cat is coming to my house. I now have 3 additional cats coming to our house. We have Topico now, who is adorable, and we've kind of adopted him. And then we have my 2 cats. And there is another kitten orange cat coming around. Another black cat coming around, and a gray tabby cat is coming around. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know. It's almost like a message has gone out that I am a nice lady and that I will feed you if you're starving. Like, I am that person. I'm that person in real life. Like, if I see somebody who, we have a small population of homeless people here in our town, And if I see them, I will go buy them shoes. I will go get them a tent, blankets. I'll do whatever I can to help them. And apparently, I'm the same way with animals. I am an animal lover. And so I have these cats that are clearly sending a message that my house is the house to go to, because I will give you shelter and food and cuddles, because now I have 4 cats, 4 cats coming around. It's insanity, you guys. I do not know what to do at this point. But the girls love Topeko. The girls, I mean, they really enjoy his company. They just floof around, they loaf. They don't do anything like major. They just chill out together. They all just kind of take naps together, and right now they're outside hanging out, just on the outdoor sofa, just laying around. It is too funny, like for real. It is the funniest thing. And my boys, my young men, children, they're like, Mom, if you cannot adopt another cat, like we will not, you better not let them in, you better. So I wait for them to leave for work, and then I let Topeko in to hang out with the girls. So that is the story. I have a million cats coming to my house because the rumor around the streets is I will feed you, I will give you shelter and love on you, and now they're all coming here. And now they're all coming here, guys. All right, now we're gonna do this. We'll see if these work, since the other ones didn't seem to cut correctly. These are not cutting correctly either. This is why it's so frustrating. I'm gonna go back to this so that I can get it. So I don't know what to do. I just feel like all these animals are coming to my house, and I feel obligated to take care of them. Because I wonder, like, now that Topeko, I know that Topeko has a home, he comes here, he goes between my house and his home. And it's so funny because she has like a Ring camera, or she has cameras throughout her property. Topeko gets here at about 6:30 in the morning. And he has this intense meow, like this intense meow. And as soon as the girls hear him, that's about the time that I feed my girls. I get up and feed them because they're sleeping inside the entire night. And then I feed them at about 6:15, 6:30. That's when I start my coffee and I start my meditation and all this. And Topeko knows the schedule because he now comes at about 6:30 and starts meowing because he wants to hang out with the girls. They eat, and if it's not raining, they go outside and hang out with Topeko. And I found out through Topeko's owner that the husband lets Topeko out at 6 o'clock. Topeko treks over here by 6:30, and he's here with the girls, and then he'll leave, and the owner, will send me a photo of the Ring camera of him chilling out at his house. And then he gets bored and he comes back here, and she and I throughout the day, it is so funny. We've become friends because of this cat. We just share, pictures of the cat throughout the day. Like, hey, here's Topeko hanging out at the house. Here's Topeko with the girls. And then at night, because we've had such horrible weather, it's not horrible, it's just been really cold. We've had 30-degree, 29-degree weather with frost is unusual for us at this time of year. And, she will call me and say, hey, is Topeko over there? I want to go grab him so that we can put him in the garage and he can sleep, and be warm inside instead of being wandering around. Because I think he's like a little rolling stone, that cat. All right, here we go. We have the grays. I don't know if you can see. It is a nice dark gray, even though you can't see it. It's not picking up because of the lighting, but it's there. So because we're going with this theme here, what I wanted to do, not necessarily florals, but greenery. So I printed these, and I'm gonna see how they work. All right, we're gonna try this out because one of these I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. I just, I wanted greenery, but I don't know how we're gonna do it. So we're just gonna play around. It may work, it may not. I may do all big pieces. This is why I wasn't sure about, like, I might cut this in half because I don't need such big pieces. We just want enough greenery that it will pop. Do you see that? I like that green, it's so pretty. So at any rate, we have all these cats and my boys are just so annoyed with me. And it's not like I'm not seeking them out. They're clearly having conversations out on the streets about the lady who lives here and how she will help feed you. Yeah, I'm really liking these florals. Or they're not florals, it's greenery. It's so pretty. It's really pretty. I'm just having a hard time with the stickers. It's like some of them didn't cut correctly. Let's cut some of these in half. We'll decide if we need more or not. I feel like we're skipping days, but we're not. All right. We'll see how it turns out. I like it. I think it's beautiful. It's just enough of the green and just enough of that yellow that's in the flower here that is just perfection. I like it. I may even try, sorry, I'm doing this off camera because it's like ripping. And this is reality, that sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Cut those in half. Do that there. This I use, so I don't like messing that up. I feel like we need something down here. Let's try one of these smaller ones because I have some smaller ones that I think cut out correctly. Yeah, see how easy that was to cut? The smaller ones look nice too. You can tell it's smaller, but I like the big ones for whatever reason. Yeah, I'm really liking this greenery. It's so pretty for March. So pretty. So yeah, that's my story of the cats. I've become the cat lady. And my boys are super annoyed with me. My daughter is like, yay, as many cats as possible. She's all for it. Okay, I think I like that. I just feel like maybe some little ones here. What do you think? I think I do want a little bit of washi just to give it some depth. But because of the green, I think I'm gonna do this like little handwriting washi because it'll just be just enough black in there that it won't be too much. So we'll see. It may not work, it may. Yeah, I like it. So we're just gonna add, because it's almost barely there, that it's not overpowering. This edge. All right. Sorry it's not as talkative as most times, I think because I've had to cut this video multiple times because people keep knocking on the door. That's pretty. Yeah, it's just a little extra. It's not, you know, overpowering. It's just enough to add some depth to it. I think it's really pretty. I like it a lot. Oh my gosh, I could hear another person coming up to the door. When I say I've been ordering stuff, my gosh, I have been ordering stuff and I need to stop. I need to stop. It's like I said, it's not that I can't afford it. It's not about affording stuff. It's about, is it the right thing to do? And honestly, it's just frivolous stuff I'm ordering from like Amazon and whatnot. This is what our first week of March is gonna look like. It's very simple. It's gray with greens, and it's very much in line with this kind of theme. I don't know if you can see that. It's very minimalistic. It's very simple. So this is our March theme. This beautiful girl with greenery and yellow. And we have this really beautiful lamb's ear greenery. We have our green, really pretty color of green notebook inside. We have our, I'm gonna have to move my tabs, our March green. Then our tracker has just a very simple green on top. And then we go to our first week of March, and you have our insert there, our little divider. You have this beautiful gray with green branches or florals or lamb's ear. And it just is so beautiful. And then the little kind of black and white washi is just a little added depth. So that, my friends, is March theme. I'm trying to get it so you guys can see it there. And that is it, everybody. Our setup for March and our first week plan with me in this beautiful green and gray tone. I am in love with March theme. I say that every month, but I really love green. Green is my favorite color. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so, guys. It helps me and my channel so much. I really appreciate it. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye.